All right, let's just get right into it. We need to talk about why you might be learning 10 times slower than you're capable of. And spoiler alert, this isn't about needing to work harder. It's about a fundamental flaw in your approach that's holding you back. Does this sound painfully familiar? You grind for hours, maybe a whole weekend, trying to master something new. But by the middle of the week, it's just gone. The information just isn't sticking. It's one of the most frustrating feelings in the world, putting in all that effort for nothing.
And here's what you really need to get. This isn't just you. You're not bad at learning. You're stuck in a trap. The source material for this whole explainer actually has a name for it. They call it a fail state. It's this vicious cycle where the more effort you put in, the worse your results get.
And that leads us straight into something called the learning paradox. It's that feeling of complete betrayal when all your hard work just doesn't seem to pay off. Let's really dig into why that's happening. Let's be honest for a second. Do any of these hit a little too close to home? The endless study sessions with nothing to show for them? That constant nagging feeling that everyone else is getting it faster than you? Or how about that fear deep down that you're just not going to reach your potential? These aren't just feelings. They're warning signs that your entire learning system is broken.
So, here is the most crucial takeaway. This has absolutely nothing to do with your intelligence. It's a structural problem. Think of it like a flaw in your personal learning architecture. And the great news? Any architecture can be redesigned. So let's play architect and diagnose the two core failures that are causing all the trouble.
Okay, first up, the efficiency fail. This is for every single person who has a to-do list a mile long, but ends the day feeling like they just spun their wheels and got nowhere. You are incredibly busy, but you are not being productive. Now, the key to fixing this is a timeless concept called the 80-20 principle. It's basically a law of nature. The vast majority of your results, we're talking 80%, come from a tiny supercritical fraction of your efforts, just 20%. So the big question you have to ask yourself is, are you even working on that 20%? Just look at this comparison. It's so stark. On the left, that's the fail state. You're jumping between 10 different things, feeling totally overwhelmed and making just a tiny bit of progress everywhere. But on the right, that's the fix. You identify the two most critical skills, the ones that give you 80% of the results, and you master them. You go deep. It's the difference between being scattered and being sharp.
And you know, the source material is brutally honest about the cost of getting this wrong. That first approach, the scattered one, it leads to massive amounts of wasted time. It's not just a little inefficient, it's a colossal waste of your most valuable asset.
All right, let's move on to the second core failure. This one is a bit sneakier, a silent saboteur. We're going to call it the memory thief. This is what happens when your brain fails to run its most important nightly task, the memory backup. And the process is, well, it's tragically simple. Step 1. You put in the work all day, absorbing new information. Step 2, you cut your sleep short, maybe thinking you can squeeze in more study time. And that's the broken step. Because of that one mistake, the whole process fails at step 3. Those new memories never get properly saved. So the next day you're not building on what you learned, you're just stuck repeating yesterday's mistakes. You have to fundamentally reframe how you think about sleep. It is not downtime. It is not a luxury. It is one of the most active, critical parts of the entire learning process. It's when your brain is hard at work, consolidating everything from the day
and preparing you for tomorrow.
See, this all comes down to a really cool concept called brain plasticity. That's just the scientific term for your brain's amazing ability to rewire itself and form new connections. Learning is that process, and without enough sleep, that whole incredible process, it just grinds to a halt. And again, the source material pulls no punches here. It says without sleep, your brain cannot consolidate new memories or change its structure. Just let that sink in for a second. All of that effort you put in during the day is basically worthless if you don't give your brain the time it needs to actually make those changes stick. So, now that we've diagnosed the two critical failures, let's talk about the fix. This is all about rewiring your approach. It's about making that crucial shift from just being a hard worker to becoming a smart learner. Here it is. This is your new mandate, plain and simple. On the left, you've got the saboteurs, scattered focus and not enough sleep. And on the right, those are your new orders. Identify and relentlessly focus on that critical 20% and treat 7 to 9 hours of sleep like the non-negotiable, powerful learning tool that it is.
And look, this isn't just about learning faster. This is about taking back control. Control over your progress, control over your confidence, and ultimately, control over your future. It's the difference between feeling overwhelmed by everything you have to do and feeling empowered to do it.
So I'll leave you with this question. You now know the enemy. You've just met the two biggest saboteurs that are stealing your time and killing your progress. So the only question left is, which one are you going to defeat first?